Welcome back to the Goo. Oh, welcome back to the Goo. Oh, welcome back to the Goo. Oh, welcome back to the yeah. Oh, welcome back to the Goon. Goon, 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 goon. Goon, 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 goon. Welcome back to the
I'm getting PTSD.
200 episodes of PTSD.
Yeah.
Well, you don't
5
miss
years
that?
of my life, just like
Could you
I think
not
I've only
miss
done that like once since you've left.
No, you did it a couple times. I kind of made you do it for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
Welcome
It gets the
back.
energy flowing early.
Yeah. It's kind of always like the same beat every time though, so I can.
Well, I
Did
mean,
you
it's
move?
fucking.
It's good though.
Did I move? Oh yeah.
yeah.
I did move.
I think you
Yeah.
said-
You're not in the lawyer
There's a,
office.
there's a
anymore.
lot you got
I
to
moved
catch up on.
in
Soup.
Oh, yeah.
February. I think it was late February.
Oh damn. I
Yeah.
haven't seen your face in that long.
Yeah. That's a
That's a damn
it's like
pleasure.
a wall of cologne behind me.
Yeah, he
nice.
literally just, dude. I can't imagine the smell of your office, McNasty.
Do you think I just take all of them and just all day long?
No, but like just the ambient smell of that many colognes. I
Yeah, but
feel
they
like
all
it's
have,
just like a
like,
Persian
caps
guy
on 'em.
I
walking
feel like
by.
it
all the-
smells like a Sears.
It's not like a bunch of like cups of just like fluid just sitting open.
No,
Those
not
caps
open
on.
lids.
No.
What
no.
fluid?
Oh.
Okay.
Where did,
Uh-oh.
Swagger? Swagger?
Freaking Australians, man.
Proof that there's beef. Come on,
There's
swag.
a time difference.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
he's always having some kind of Discord issue.
Everyone just froze like the first fucking minute.
I was wondering,
Yeah, sorry.
you weren't being
I had-
oddly
I had-
silent about everything, and I was.
a complete technical difficulty. Here, hold on. Hello.
Hey,
Are we
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
Yep. Now I'm here. Hello.
The handsome man is back.
Well, that
back?
was
He's
weird as hell.
back, just in time for the Vegas episode. We're finally doing it. You guys have yelled at us many of times. We wanted to do it, but our lovely friend and ex-co-host, Mr. Soup, was on tour.
What the fuck?
Sayonara.
What the hell? How did you do that?
what is that? Like,
I don't know what that is.
I've never seen that. Like,
Actually,
You gotta learn that
you're like a
one.
horny
It's a good
Spock.
one.
What is that? What is that motion?
I
gotta
can't do
learn
the
that one,
Spock
boys.
thing, but I could.
Is that how you? Is that like a technique with your guitar?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's how you
the-
slap.
That's how
That's
you.
the
Yeah,
old-
I see.
how
You
you
do
go
like
bass,
a double bass. Yeah.
The old
Yeah,
10
you
and
got
the
devil
stink.
horns while you slap.
That's right, dude. None more
Yes, sir.
metal.
Hell yeah.
Gotta make
Oh,
the
yeah.
M.
Speaking of, how was tour? Tell us about Slackjaw
Tell us
a little
about
bit. Tell us how
Slackjaw.
tour was.
It was great. It was everything that I expected and more. Everyone got fucking sick, which was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And at the peak of my sickness was the venue that we were most excited to play, and the whole thing was being live streamed and recorded and all that good stuff.
Man. Yeah.
And I sounded like absolute shit,
Really?
which sucks. So many things went wrong at the show that I was most excited for. And I mean, not to start it off on a negative note, but it's just so fucking funny because I was so excited. There's this venue up in Chicago called Reggie's, and we've been wanting to go play there for years. It's a dope venue. It looks like fucking Guitar Hero in this venue. Like that's
Oh,
literally
no
what
shit.
it looks like one of those kind of places. And there was like a power issue that delayed our set by like 20 minutes. So everyone's just waiting in the crowd, like screaming shit, like "Show your monkey ass! Where the fuck are you?
Show your
Quit
monkey
fucking
ass.
waiting! You're stalling! He's stalling!" And meanwhile, there's just a power issue, and the guys like running around the venue, like flipping the breakers and
Yep.
shit. And yeah, and then so we made everyone wait like 20 extra minutes, which sucked. And then we're like, all of us are kind of getting sick, but I'm at the peak of my sickness, and my nose is just full of shit. And I thought about blowing like snot rockets on the stage just to get them out.
Oh my god.
But then I was like, what if I
Metal
do
as
that?
fuck.
I was
And
like, what
it
if I
goes on
do
the
that?
crowd.
Or, yeah, what if it goes into the crowd? Or what if it just ends up like in my mustache,
Oh,
like hanging down my face
That'd be metal
during
as
the
fuck.
live stream?
Yes.
Oh.
The thing is, sometimes you do that and it doesn't go where you think it's gonna go. It'll fucking shoot
Exactly.
off in a direction.
It's got a
Yeah,
mind of
yeah.
its
You
own.
might just
right
clap
down
someone in
on
the
your
fucking
own
eyeball
shirt.
with it.
Yeah.
2 inches
All
below
over
your
your shirt.
nose. Yeah, just like shotgun blast.
Right on your lips, and you
all over
open your
shit.
lips, and it's just like string, and you're
Yeah,
like,
right in the
hold
middle
on.
of me fucking just snot coming down. And see, what sucks is that like most of the time when I'm playing and singing, I'm like breathing, trying to like breathe through my nose.
Yeah, you breathe. Yeah.
And I couldn't do that. So I just sounded like out of breath and bad the whole night. And on top of that, our first song, we hired my friend Dylan to come out and do like video and photo and stuff.
That guy was awesome,
And-
by the way.
Yeah, he's great at what he does. But during the first song, he likes to get up on stage to get like close photos, and he unplugged our guitar player's quad cortex
Oh my
at
god.
the breakdown of the first song. And all of this is on this live stream, by the way.
So it was just bass and
So-
drums making noise.
Yes, dude, and it was so awkward because it just cuts out of nowhere, and it takes like fucking a minute and a half or whatever for the quad cortex to boot back up.
Yes, it
And
does.
so we're just
Oh,
like
so this is
standing
like
around like,
that's like a mixer. That's like a texture of shit. That's,
What?
that's fucking hilarious.
yeah, it was, yeah. We were most excited for that night, and the most things that could have went wrong. So that was epic.
baby.
It's
Yeah, I
hilarious.
Other than that,
I'm
though,
sure
great.
everyone at the show still enjoyed themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
I read a comment that I didn't meet anyone. Like usually after the shows, I'll like go out and like meet people, take photos or whatever. But I was like, I'm
Yeah.
sick, so I kind of don't want to do that. And I read a comment that there was a guy that was pissed off that I didn't do that, so he threw away the hat that he bought.
Whoa!
Oh,
No way,
Dude, what a
Yeah.
fucking weenie.
Yeah, that's a lame.
So someone just got
Come
a free
on,
hat because he just
Dude,
bought
like-
it and threw it away.
True.
Surely you're
so
going there
a
to
homeless
watch
man
the
could
watch
use
the
that
show,
hat.
watch the band play. Like if meeting you is something that happens, then great. But you know you should be there to like.
It's not an integral part.
Yeah, you're
of the
watching them
experience.
play. You're
Yeah.
paying to watch them do their job. Like
Well,
you're
also,
just-
I was sick. I was like, I don't want
Yeah.
to go fucking meet people with snot hanging out of
Yeah,
my
that
mouth.
dude would have loved
that
to
ain't
get
it.
your germs. That guy would have loved your germs.
Yeah.
was that the show before Detroit? That Chicago one? Because I remember you telling me about it.
It was probably close. Let me look. I had to.
What was
look at the
what was
schedule.
Chicago and Detroit like? Like, apart from
Chicago was sick. I didn't really have much time. Yeah, it was literally the show right before.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. Yeah,
Was
because you
it-
guys were still a little heated about it.
Well,
Yeah.
is Chicago actually a windy city?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, that's not a joke. It was
Yeah.
very
that
fucking
isn't a
windy.
meme. That's not
Dude,
like
you
an
ever been
inside
there in the
joke.
winter? It is hell
No.
on earth in the winter.
Fucking windy.
Just
Windy
the
shit.
coldest wind blowing off a
blown.
lake straight to your eyebrows.
Holy
Just
shit!
hell.
You're really selling Chicago right now.
It is a beautiful city. I love
It
Chicago,
was
but
pretty
it is
cool.
cold
I
and
didn't get
windy.
to see much of it. I got to
You
go
got
to the
to
bean.
you got to lick the bean.
Yeah. I
Oh,
flicked
yeah,
the
you did
bean.
do the bean.
That was
Probably,
it.
probably what got you sick.
Honestly, that yeah.
Licked the dang on bean and got sick.
Flicking and licking the bean in Chicago.
Yeah, I always tried to hype up Detroit to you guys, but then you guys played in fucking what was I fucking hamstring? What was
hamstring, hamstring, Michigan.
it? What the fuck was it called? Hamtrack.
Hamtrack,
Right?
yeah. Hamtrack.
Yeah, you were
shoes.
like 30 minutes outside of actual Detroit. It was just some random ass neighborhood. That was
Yep.
so sad. I was stoked to like take you guys to a bunch of places downtown. And then
I mean, it wasn't
yeah.
horrible. You know,
No,
It
it's
was
a
all-
fine.
it was
It's just like
all
a
right.
random suburb essentially.
Yeah, it was just a little out of the city.
Yeah. Great show though. I had a great time watching it. You guys killed it. We'll have to have the actual like band on sometime if you guys ever
Dude, that would be cool.
have some time.
Yeah.
Have the boys on after
sure
after
they
next
would
tour
be.
or something.
They would be down.
Yeah, dude, they were so sick. They were fun to hang out with.
We did an episode with your boys, what, like a year or two ago?
Yeah, Brady
You
was
came on, yeah, you got super
Oh,
fucking
yeah, I
hammered.
forgot
It
about
was
that.
a
I was
great
hammered.
podcast.
Was I even there
scary.
for that? I don't think I was there for that one.
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't think so. No.
Hmm. Yeah, that was a while ago.
I got drunk as fuck.
They were great, though.
So you're
No,
all done
drunk
with your tour
podcast,
now.
we'd never do that. We would never
So-
do drunk podcasts.
So are you all done with your tour now, Soup?
Yeah, I just got back. Like,
So how
last
much of a
week.
break do you guys have before we select you on tours again?
We don't have any. Like, we don't have a tour planned as of right now, but we have a show
Album,
in Florida. Yeah, we're
album.
working on music, and
Yeah.
we have a show in Florida coming up, and then maybe something this month. I don't know.
Cool. Come to Australia.
Come to Brazil.
World tour next time.
Australia.
Go up
Soup, come to Brazil.
I would love to. I don't know how band. I need to like talk to someone that knows how to get fucking equipment overseas because I've always wondered how
Good
you
luck.
like how the fuck do you get a drum kit
Cargo
overseas?
Bob, I guess.
Oh god,
Cargo Bob
I have
from
no
GTA.
idea. You have to pack it up. Either that, or you rent a drum kit like in that continent, and then they bring it around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm guessing most
Yeah,
people
probably the
just
easiest way
rent
to
a
do
drum
it.
kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I feel like if you're like world touring, you probably have the money to buy or rent another drum kit when you're in another continent.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably be cheaper
sure.
to do that
Me
than to...
personally, I just put it in my carry-on. Just fucking crumple all my drums up and
I'm just gonna put it underneath the seat in front of me.
fold the cymbal in half and jam it in the seat in front of me.
Fucking big ass bass drum, just crank it under the seat and break it.
So how long has it actually been since Vegas, since WrestleMania?
It has
God,
been
at least a month, right?
I
It's
think
been
it was,
over a month.
I think it was
At
early.
least.
No,
Dude,
it was
I think-
April. It was
It
April.
was April. We're in
19th.
June.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
I
Has
feel
it
like we're
been
gonna,
that long?
dude. We're
Holy
gonna
shit.
be
Yep.
we're gonna be like a bunch of motherfuckers in the nursing home trying to remember
We're gonna be a bunch
what
of
happened
people
like
trying
20
to remember
years
what the hell
ago.
happened.
That's what
It
people were
doesn't help
commenting
that,
on the
like,
last podcast. They were saying they're going to forget everything about the...
Well,
Vegas
your
trip.
name's Skippy because I don't remember
have called
shit.
that.
It doesn't help that we were very drunk for
Yes,
the
there was
majority of the Vegas
high levels
Most
trip.
of it.
inebriation happening.
It was
Yeah.
pretty rough. I think I had a lot of stories happen apart from you guys. Were you at the blackjack table with me, Matt, when I spilled the Long Island?
I heard
That
about
was
that.
you were
You
you were adjacent to me. I was on this
Yes.
blackjack
So,
table. You were
all right,
over
so
here.
you were there.
You
Okay.
I
fucked
heard
up
I
that
heard
table.
about it.
I fucked that table up really bad. It was
times.
I killed the vibe.
2
I didn't
times.
actually kill the vibe. I didn't actually kill the vibe.
I
It
thought
was
you enhanced the vibe.
Someone was absolutely murdering and curb stomping the vibe before I spilled the Long Island iced tea all over the
Correct.
blackjack
Mustache
table.
man. Fuck that guy.
Yes, I forgot his name, but he was an interesting fellow.
I don't remember his name.
But we
Dave.
don't have to get.
Bob.
We'll get into that. That was like that.
was he
that,
doing?
Dox him.
was that the first or was that the second night?
That was
that
a
was the
couple nights
first.
in.
Well, Swag, did you come
that
the
the-
same day as us, or were you guys there a day after?
I came a day before you guys. I
Before,
was in
that's what it
Vegas
was,
a day
okay.
before. So the first night was just losing $500 on roulette, and then having a drink or two. I found out in the Las Vegas Strip you could buy Modelo's and just walk around with them.
Yeah, you just do whatever the
Yeah.
fuck.
You can open
whatever.
carry.
There's no
There are
rules
no
in Vegas.
rules.
You
No
can just
rules.
open carry in Vegas. You can smoke
Dude,
weed in Vegas.
You can open
Yeah.
carry a
Sweet.
hooker leg. It doesn't matter. You do whatever the fuck you
Yeah.
want.
Dude,
I think you're frowned upon if you're not eating a hooker leg walking
Yeah,
down the
if you
street.
don't have a
Yeah, they
Modelo
can tell
and
you're a
hooker leg.
tourist if you're not.
there were
All
there
All
were
the locals
zero
got Modelos and hooker legs.
there were zero hookers in Vegas. Zero obvious hookers, which
They were
I
all
was
in my
very
room.
disappointed by. There were no what?
I
No
ate them
one-
all. They were all in my little,
Blackjack table.
in
That's
my
why
little
your stomach was
fridge.
so distended.
Piled to
Go
the
at the
ceiling in my
wheelchair store.
bathtub.
All right. You guys all came on the same day after me, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
That was on was it the day right before the first WrestleMania?
Yeah, it was the
came
day
on
before
Thursday.
WrestleMania, and I remember
Yeah.
Dew got in late because me and Smitty, I want to say, got in at like, I think 11 or 12, and I know Dew didn't come in till later, so we were all hanging out at the craps table, and I was trying to get Dew to come down and whatever, come meet with us, and I obviously knew what Dew looked like by photos, but not by
Yeah.
in person. So I was just
Yep.
looking around for this little tiny fucking twink. And well, I was really disappointed when he was like an inch shorter than me and a handsome little devil, so that kind of sucked.
Yeah, dude, meeting the dude was what the fuck?
Sorry, I was blushing. What I wanted to do, because I figured people didn't know like exactly what I looked like, is the reason I was a little bit late is I was looking for like a random black guy. I had $100 in my pocket, and I was gonna give a random black guy $100 to go up to Blarga and just be like, Matt, what's up, dude? It's Dude. It's nice to fucking
Oh
finally
my God,
meet you,
that
bro.
was amazing.
Dude,
But I couldn't.
would
But
have-
I could tell Blarg kind of spotted me. So I just went up to him.
Well,
Or at
I
least I thought you did.
I was kind of looking around, and I turned, and I saw a guy, and he was kind of looking at me, and both of us kind of made eye contact, and I turned back to the craps table. I was like, surely that was him, right? And then I slowly saw you wander over. I was like, yeah, that was dude.
That was me after not finding a black guy. But yeah.
I love that the first thing you did after landing in Las Vegas was try to find a black guy.
Yeah,
Pay him $100.
Yeah, to enlist.
Yeah.
I need to
To be
enlist
fair, that would
and
have
black
been
person.
fucking hilarious if you did that. If you pulled that off.
I tried.
You know,
You could have found one of the little fellas that I accidentally emoted on last time because I was excited when they walked by.
Oh, yes. The last time you were in Vegas, prior to that trip, you saw a little person.
Two of them. They walked by and
Two
I
of
actually
them.
emoted. They walked by together and they looked so fucking baller, dude. They were holding like stacks of cash, like smacking them off their hand while they were walking past the blackjack table. And they literally went, "Whoa!" I like made it off
You
the
pointed his road.
Oh, it's so bad.
The Leonardo like.
I was
that?
so liquored. I got so stoked when I saw them walk by, though.
I mean, to
fucking
be
scared.
fair, what else are you supposed to do?
Two little people with big stacks would and
Dude.
the
That's
big
a
stack
statement.
would look even bigger if a little
Exactly.
person's holding it too.
Right, it's like
Yeah.
half the size of them in cash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
half the size of their head.
Dude,
and
he was just like
it's
smacking it off his
$4.
hand, like excited to find a table, and I was
holding a
amped
quarter.
about it.
Just looking like
It's a
this
$5 bill.
big ass quarter.
3 Monopoly dollars.
They have one nickel like this fucking big in their hand.
It's like a discus.
It was cool to see the dude, fellow faceless YouTuber to faceless YouTuber. It was pretty lit. It was cool to
very
look into
nice
each
to meet
other's
your
eyes.
handsome ass.
You two. We're the same exact height. We were able to look into each other's eyes. It felt good not to be the only dude who's 5'8".
And then
You,
Fitz came around the corner. I was like, oh
Yep.
my
Yeah,
god.
and that is one of the.
He's a tall motherfucker.
He is.
That's
It
a
doesn't help that he
huge
also
bitch.
wears like basically
Boots.
platform shoes. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's just a
So he's like
big
6'7".
motherfucker with big motherfucking shoes on.
Yeah, I met Swagger and then him back to back. And I was like, feels good. Fuck.
Yep. It's like, oh yes, an equal. Looking all the way.
Yeah, dude, you literally need to take an elevator up to say hi to Fitz after saying hi to Swagger.
It's insane.
Yeah. It's all right. It's one of those things. How often do you go on your tippy toes when you talk to really tall people, Do you end up doing that?
I'm always
Like
on
you're
them.
waiting for uppies?
Not like you're waiting for uppies.
You never know when they'll give them to you.
Just uppy.
Just so that your ears are closer so you could hear them clear.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
Hey, Fitz, can you
Dude,
pick
You
me up? I
guys
can't
are
really
like
hear
an
what you're
inch
saying.
below
No,
average
I don't let
height.
people.
Like,
I don't let people pick me up.
We're tall for like the midgets, I would say.
Yep, I say so.
well, I didn't emote when I saw you, so you're not that short.
Yeah, we're not in the gnome realm.
I'd probably let you give you piggyback rides around, whenever we meet. You
I
just sit on my
expect that.
shoulders.
Okay, well, fuck me then.
Yeah, fuck you. Just kidding.
McNasty, I feel like you could get one of those like, you know how like African mothers will like wrap the child up in a sash around
Yes,
their body.
it's called
you
a
could
papoose.
You could papoose me very
Okay,
easily.
what, caboose?
A papoose.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What?
The
If I look up
papoosey.
African poos, is what's gonna
No,
Do
be
it.
careful how you spell. Be careful how you spell.
Make sure
that
the
on Google.
puzz on the
Ebony
beginning
porn.
of it.
African kapoor? What
There you
is
go.
this?
African caboose.
Papoose. Papoose. Papoose.
African pop.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's an indigenous.
Oh,
find
that's
the
a black
African-
pussy.
Did you find the pussy?
Yeah, I'm looking at African badge.
Hell yeah.
You're telling me they put the whole kid back in and walk
Nah, I don't-
around with them?
Oh wait, what the fuck is this? Like what they
Respawn.
found Moses in? What the fuck
What
is this?
They found Moses
I'm looking at papoose.
washed up on
African
fat
puss?
in a ditch.
Is that what you're referring to? Is that a good photo?
Papoose is an American
That's-
rapper.
That's a papoose.
Dude, what the fuck? They look
it's
like
loading.
it looked like a
The
burrito
kid looks like
baby.
he's on a stretcher. Is it dead?
It looks like that would be very dangerous during a house fire.
it's not
I
a-
don't at all. I feel like you could throw it out the window like an
Oh,
egg
there
drop
it is.
experiment.
Throw it like a
Yeah, you
football.
could get a perfect spiral with that summer gun.
Native American
Okay,
papoose.
it's
like a half-rolled
with
blunt.
baby's laced up.
Yo, they smoking the baby like a backwood. The fuck they doing over there?
That joint lasted at least an hour.
Las Vegas, by the
Anyway,
way.
Las
What are we?
Vegas.
Las Vegas. Las Vegas.
What else
first of
happened
all,
day one? I feel like day one was tame, other than
It was-
my financial disappointments.
I just want to
Yeah.
just lay down. What did everyone think of Nevada and Las Vegas in general? First of all, very hot and very dry. Was anyone else shooting bloody loogies out of their nose?
I think I always have a
No.
couple of like
Not
snot
because
bloods.
of all the coke, but because of how dry the air was.
I think that I think I pull out a couple rocks every now and then in Vegas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Way to
it's
put
kind
it.
of wild.
I don't know. Maybe the brown in me is okay with the dry, hot desert air, but it doesn't really affect me usually. I
Yeah,
was,
I kinda
I was
like
all
it.
good.
Yeah,
I
it was
also don't
wild.
go outside. Literally the furthest I think I walked was obviously the night to Wrestlemania, or was it back? I
That
can't
was
remember.
crazy.
Walking back was
Yeah, when we almost
took a while.
died
Yeah,
on
that
the
was-
escalator anyway.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
oh,
that
so
was,
you guys had
journey.
that bullshit escalator thing too.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, where it was
everyone-
broken. People had to like run up it.
It was
Yep,
actually
yep,
scary,
yep.
dude. I thought
It was-
someone was gonna fucking die on that
Well,
thing.
dude, I thought there was going to
I-
be like a crowd fucking trample at the top. So like,
Yes.
this was after WrestleMania. There's a bunch of videos of it on Twitter and shit. Everyone was just going up the escalator and not really like leaving space at the top. So the escalator just kept moving, obviously, and people were just sandwiched.
Yeah,
and I
just
literally had to
smacked
like,
into the back.
yeah, I literally had to like kind of jump up and sit on like the handrail to avoid
Yeah.
getting fucking squished between
like
like
you
six
get someone
people.
hit the fucking emergency stop because of
I couldn't find it. I was trying to look for it because I was
was-
getting sandwiched, and I looked up.
It's
Usually
kind
they
of-
have it.
It's kind of fucking dumb that you'd have the emergency stop either at the very end or the very beginning. It's like, what if,
Yeah.
what if you're in the middle and you need to stop?
You're just
it?
fucko mode.
You're
Shit out
literally
of luck.
fucked.
Shit
Yeah,
out
well,
of
it's
luck.
I was looking
officer
for
at
it.
the
The
top
city
waiting for you.
would have fucking turned that on or something for everyone.
Yeah, dude, I
So-
was literally looking for one while being squished, and,
And
like
this-
usually there's this little thing you flip up, press the button, and then put it back. No, nothing. Just get squished, get fucked.
This wasn't at the arena, so this is like first night.
Are you talking about the thing that
empties.
goes over the street?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
one of those
60
ones.
It's 60,000 people leaving this giant arena. Everyone is on the street. It smells like shit. There's no
Yes.
infrastructure for 60,000 people in Vegas. It's awful.
No.
And then, like, all of a sudden, like, everyone's trying to get across the pedestrian crossing to get onto the strip. And there's tens of thousands of people, and no one can get across the street. And so there's just two escalators. One's going up and one's going down. Everyone's trying to go up the up. And then there's, like, a group of, like, young drunk dudes. And they're like, all right, fuck it, let's go up the
Go up the
escalator.
down.
And they start like fucking sprinting up the down escalator, and three guys go up, and behind them is one really, really. Well, I don't want to be rude here, but he was very overweight
A big heifer.
and a big boy, and he is running, dude. He's like more movement than you'd ever see in his
Giving
life.
it
Like it
his
was
all.
Rocky. His entire 110%. It was going everywhere,
Cardiac
and
arrest mode.
BMI?
it was, and
it was
dude,
going everywhere.
he got 85% of the way up before he tripped and fell going
No
up
way.
the escalator.
Oh my
He
god!
almost fell back, and then three guys had to catch him, push him back up. And by that point, the escalator brought him down halfway. And so, like, he tried running again, and then he got too puffed. And then he's sitting there, head hung in shame as he's going
Oh
down
my
the
God.
escalator.
everyone
the
probably just started
entire
booing him
crowd,
or something.
The entire
The
crowd
ride
was
of
chanting,
shame
go,
on
go,
the
go.
way
You
down.
suck! As he's going down, everyone's going, boo!
Boo, fat ass, boo.
Quitter!
There were honestly
Dumbass.
probably people betting on that.
They
Considering
probably
it was in
should've-
Vegas.
It's Vegas, of course.
Dude, imagine one
Legit.
guy at the bottom just pushing the stone up, just like fucking.
It was
What's
Sisyphus.
the
Sisyphus or
motherfuckers?
whatever.
Yeah, syphilis. Yeah,
Syphilis.
pushing the
Syphilis
stone
is
up the
Boulder.
mountain. Pushing the big heifer up the fucking escalator in
It was-
Vegas.
Yeah, that was really unsafe and crazy. You'd think that, like, a city would anticipate having 60,000 people on the street,
Yeah,
and then they
really.
would plan accordingly. Especially, like, Vegas, where they have all of the money. Like, they have so much money.
A lot of mine.
Yes.
Yeah, if you think about it, they're losing money by how long it's taking people to get off the fucking
yeah,
escalator.
get them right
they
into
could
the
be
fucking
taking
They
more
could be
of our
at the
money at the
table.
casino. Yeah,
Or just like
That's right.
temporarily like
Blackjack.
block the street, like put some cones
Yeah,
up or
have,
something.
have some fucking crossing. Have a crossing
Yeah.
guard, for fuck's sake. But nope.
All right, everyone tweet at the state of Nevada. Tell them the goons are
Something about your
upset.
pedestrian crossing.
I'm
trying to burn
That
money.
walkback was cooked. That was bad.
Well, actual Wrestlemania. What'd you guys think of that?
It
Dude,
was one of
a
the
lot of
coolest things I've
fun.
ever seen, dude.
Rock and roll.
Rhea Ripley?
Big
Oh,
fan.
Dude,
She's hot.
I have never heard Swagger yell so loud in my whole life. He's like jumping in the air, yelling at her like little
I
fucking
would-
kid
I
on
would-
Christmas.
She heard him.
I would
She knew.
lose up to 3 or 4 phalanges. I don't care which one. If I could just meet Rhea Ripley one time.
Just meet her?
She probably does meet and
Look.
greets for, I don't know, a couple $100.
Look. All
Or a
I'm
few
saying is, what kind of cancer do I need to get to meet Rhea Ripley? Because I don't get it. I don't care what it takes.
insane.
I don't think there's like a form you can sign for that.
No, you can't. I'll take the screen out of my microwave, dude. I'll do it.
I think you'll just get a slight burn more than anything. I don't think you'll actually.
Imagine if that was her requirement. She's like, you have
Not
to
really
give yourself
ionized
Because you
cancer.
have to
radiation
have you
there.
have to have cancer to
Have
meet
to-
Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Then I would
ain't
just
bald,
simply
I ain't
take the
short.
But it can't
screen
be
out of the
quick
microwave,
cancer.
put it on defrost, and then just I don't know, stick my left hand in
Breathe in
there.
it.
Just spill a couple more Long Islands on a table and just lick them off.
Bro.
I'm sure you'll
Yeah.
have cancer.
Oh, you'll have something
You
so
have
much
no
worse.
idea how
Eat a
much
bunch of
I
receipts.
think you have. I'm pretty sure it was that night, the first night of WrestleMania, where we went gambling, and that shit happened. It was like we were up until like 2 or 3 in the morning at that blackjack table where it was me. Were you there too, dude?
Yeah, it was me, you. It was like Smitty, Blarg. I think
And
Wildcat was there.
Ethan. No,
Yeah.
Ethan.
Ethan, and
It
then
was
I think
Ethan.
I was at the other table. There was like 3 or 4 of us on another table.
And we're playing blackjack, and then one guy comes in.
Was that Ben? Yeah, that was when Ben was dealing. The guy that
Ben,
like told us
ben
the
was your
Pope
dealer.
died,
He was a cool dude.
where he was like dealing cards,
The
and he's
dog
just
told
like,
you the Pope died.
the Pope died. Yes.
It's Pope's dead.
No, he was just dealing
He's
cards,
dead,
and he's just
yeah.
like, the Pope is dead. Do you want to stand or hit? Like he's just
it
info
was so
dumping
funny.
random facts.
Trauma
funny.
dumping.
Random
He
shit.
was. He was.
What do I
was
do
so,
with this info right now? Do you want me to try to help him? I don't know.
He was
With
like
the
this
Pope
old.
hit?
He was like this old guy named Ben,
Pope
and
is
he
dead.
was
He
like
needs your
dropping
credit card
jokes.
details now.
It was like a huge. It was
Sorry.
a huge vibe, and it was like it was good. And we were there for like probably was like 40 minutes, and we were winning. We were on a winning streak. And then
Yeah.
this random dude comes up with like this mustache. I forgot
hated
what his
him.
name was. It was really
Dave
bad.
Billiam.
Was it Dave?
I don't remember. It
Keep
was
sticking
it was,
with Dave. That's like the 3rd time you said Dave.
Maybe
literally-
maybe,
It's just like the
maybe that's a
go-to for, like-
subconscious memory.
It's like a default
This
name.
This dude comes up and he's like kind of drunk. Fair enough, you're in Vegas, but he was like
Right.
immediately making the worst kinds of like jokes that like the weird kid at the lunch table would make, and no one would laugh.
like really trying to
Or, like,
fit in
not-
and like
really
not succeeding.
hard.
Ooh,
And,
those
like,
are, those
what?
are
Like,
rough.
you have an
lost-
example? I want to
Yeah,
know.
he lost
one.
he lost his first hand, and you know what he looks at the dealer Ben, who we've been vibing with. He loses his hand. He goes, "Oh fuck you, Ben," like that.
I hate
and then,
Ben. I hate
Yeah.
you.
And then
Fuck
everyone
you,
looks
Ben.
at
I'm gonna
him-
kill your family.
Everyone looks at him like, "Whoa, you don't know." And Smitty
Like
literally
they've been
goes,
friends
"Dude,
for
you don't-"
20 years or something. Like,
Yeah, Smitty literally goes, "Dude, you don't know him like that. Like, don't fucking say that."
Yeah.
And then the dude's like, "Oh, I was just kidding." And dude, it was such an awkward mess, and he just kept trying to make.
Yeah.
Do you even
I got
remember
him on
any
my
of the other
left.
jokes that he was making? Because like, I was just trying
Yeah,
to tune
he
it
was.
out.
He was like really vulgar, like over the top vulgar with shit. Like
Yes.
he spilled some water on the table. It's like, oh, I camed on the cards. Oh, I nutted. Oh.
oh god, that's like Redditor.
Yeah,
Just-
it
Yeah.
was, and this guy was like
4chan
40
type
something
humor.
too. He was.
Dude, he's in his 40s?
I don't know. He could have
yeah,
been in
he
his
was-
late 30s. He
Was it a
looked-
handlebar mustache?
Yes.
No, it was
I'm imagining handlebar mustache.
Well,
thick.
no. Imagine the dad from Inside Out, and then make him fucking
God
annoying.
bless it.
Me when I'm allergic to the dad from Inside Out.
Let me see.
Look at the
Yeah, I
dad
don't
from
think I've seen
Inside
that
Out.
movie.
Oh, okay, yeah. I got you.
Yeah, then just make him like a fucking complete loser.
Yeah.
It was
I hope
And a
that
dickwad.
rough.
I hope
like,
that guy recognized you. He was a Goons fan, and he's like, I'm so
No,
excited for them to talk
no,
about
if-
my bit. And then you guys just
Nah, you
rip
fucked up
him
the
off.
vibe, dude.
Yeah.
He fucked the vibe up
Nah.
really, really bad, and then like we were winning. We were winning so hard at blackjack. All of us were winning. And then this dude
was
comes
good.
along, he's hitting on everything he shouldn't hit, he's staying on shit that he shouldn't be staying on. and
Motherfucker
it's
hitting on
fucking up.
18s.
It's fucking up
And he
the
had
entire
the, he had
rest
the last
of the
seat,
table.
too. Yeah,
he had the very last seat. So he
Yeah.
fucked up the whole table, and then Ben started. It was like the third loss in a row, and he goes, wow, Ben, something like he made another comment about the dealer fucking us, and then he goes, I don't know, man, like these guys were doing well before you sat down, and then everyone
I was
looked
like,
at
fuck
him.
yeah, Ben.
Yeah, everyone was clapping back, and then I ended up spilling, dude. I think. Was this the same
man.
table that a friend of mine came up to, distracted me, and then I went monkey mode and pushed all my chips in the middle of a active?
Yeah, like your
love that.
producer
That is just
friend, that really tall guy.
A coin
Yeah.
term by
Martyr,
Dallas Soup.
young Martyr was there, and he tapped me on the shoulder about something. I thought that the blackjack hand was over, so I pushed all my chips in. It was the middle of the hand, and I had no idea how much that I had bet, and so I was just fucking.
So did you
I
just
froze.
wait? It was the middle. So did you double down on something? or-
No, I bet out of turn when I was not
Oh.
supposed to bet.
Oh, out of boy. See, all right. You
So
doubled
I
down on
already
being a
had
fucking
like
idiot.
50. I already had like $50 in, or however much it was. I couldn't remember because of how stun locked I was. When the dude was looking at me like I was a fucking idiot, and then the pit boss comes over and starts talking to me like I'm about to get shot. And then,
Yes.
and
A
so,
red
like,
laser appeared on his chest.
I
Don't do that
fucking,
again.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And he's just like, yeah, and then I spilled the Long Island.
You
like,
were
two-
fucking up that table. It
times
was
later.
so funny. You spilt one entire Long Island.
It was
And
it
bring
was-
over
it
a
was
rag and dab
from
up the table.
From
And
the,
Swagger was like, dude, I will behave. I'm sorry. I'm fucked up. Not even like 15 minutes
It was
later.
not- it was like
he
maybe
just
5 minutes
fucking
later.
Palm strikes another whole Long Island.
was-
Just
Oh,
the
no, you did
entire
it
table
twice?
again.
it was
Oh,
The same
oh
fucking
God! Did they make you leave after that, or what?
no,
happened?
no.
No.
They brought him another Long
I
Island.
was begging
Do it
for
again.
forgiveness. I was like begging for forgiveness. I'm so sorry. Like I didn't mean to. And the dude was just like shaking his head, laughing. He's being like, "Nah, dude. Like it's fine. These tables are meant for to be like wet and shit. Blah 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 blah." And then everyone was just like, "Look, dude. It's 4:30 in the morning. Let's fucking go to bed." And I
might
was
be
like,
time.
"Let's probably
It
end
might
it
be a
there."
sign.
I felt
Yeah, when you guys
so-
ask
I felt
questions
like
about
such a
specific
douchebag.
days, it's like I don't remember what day was what because everything
Yeah,
just seems
exactly.
like
A big
a
blur.
extended blur of
I swear
I mean, you
to
were
God.
just, you were just fucking spamming Baki. Just spamming
Yeah.
the Baki table.
Yeah, I was there a lot.
Baki did not do
Dude,
well.
Baki
this trip.
fucked me. I got
I don't know.
railed the first 3 days.
So hard.
Yeah.
I got
What
I
was
got
annoying?
crazy lucky at the end, but we can save that to the end there.
What was
I would make-
annoying? Go ahead.
I would make so much at Blackjack every
Mm-hmm.
single day and then go straight to Baccarat and lose it in 4 minutes. It was a horrible cycle.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
love Baki.
The thing with Baccarat that was interesting is that we were there with all of our peers, all of our friends, and even the CEO of Gamersubs.
Yep.
Speaking of
Mr.
a delicious
Eric
energy
himself.
drink, delicious
goat.
energy drink that you can use and use code Goons for 10% off your order. If you're feeling a little tired and want to get a lucky streak when you gamble at almost at New Vegas, Las Vegas, go get
to
yourself
New
some
Vegas,
Gamersubs.
too.
Spill your fucking gamer subs all
Spill your
over the table.
Gamersubs all over the table.
A whole
Mix it up.
shaker.
And
Take
it's
two
Long Island.
shakers.
It's-
Take two
they're-
fucking shakers to a table and dump them.
It's good. Use code GOONS for 10% off your order. Get yourself some grandpa or grandma's ashes. Or Crusader.
all
Ranch.
goes
Yeah,
to
bring
Las
it. You know what?
Vegas.
Just bring it in an inconspicuous bag and put it in your drink at the table. They won't say anything.
That's it.
Yeah, get a
We're
double
at-
vodka Red Bull and put like 5
Yes,
scoops
sir.
of gamer subs in it and drink that at the
It'll-
table.
it'll-
So
it'll
Make your
keep you
heart
awake.
explode at the table.
You would just die at the
Yes.
fucking
It'll
Baki
enhance
table.
your dopamine.
just like
we're-
claw the fucking table.
We're at Baccarat. We're with a bunch of people, and we're with CEO of Gamersubs. We're hanging out, and the
guy's
thing
a
is
demon.
with yes,
I love him.
the thing is with
I have things to
Baccarat.
talk about with him.
The thing is with Baccarat that's really interesting is that we were playing the high roller Baccarat, which was like you sit down, it's $100 minimum, but when the table starts to fill up, they push it up to $300 minimum.
Yep.
So once you sit down, you really can't get up. So these guys were glued to Baccarat, $100 Baccarat, and then we come up, it's $300, and I was like taking out maybe like $400, $500 at a time the first day or two. And then the second day I took out like multiple thousands because the ATM fee, first of all, is ridiculous. It's like $11.
The ATM fee is insane. Yeah.
So like,
I went to the ATM so much I got both of my cards froze. I almost got stuck.
Same.
They froze both of my fucking cards.
That's why you gotta bring
my
the cash with
American
you.
card. My American card got fucked the first day. And then my Australian card got fucked the first day, and I couldn't use it. And so I had to use my American card, and then I had to raise the limit on the American card. The first 2 days were really bad for me.
I had to start spending money on my business card. If I get audited, I'm fucked.
I just go check the bank account. It's just
Business
empty.
is insane.
Don't let my CPA watch this podcast. Not God.
The IRS is now listening.
But
in.
That is
problem
fucking insane.
I would have $500, and then we'd go to Baccarat, and they'd be like, "Oh, it's $300 minimum. Come on, join us. It's gonna streak." And I'd be like, "Oh, okay." I'd sit down, I'd lose, and then I'd be like, "Fuck." I'd go up, I'd go back, and then I'd come back to put my money down, and it was the next turn was like 8 bankers in a row, and like
Banker always
I
wins.
could
To be
have
fair.
made so much.
That was a crazy catch, by the way. You were looking
Thanks,
dead
dude.
straight. You didn't even react to that.
Reflexes on this
Dude,
guy.
Baki, Eric is a good omen for Baccarat.
You sure is.
I am a bad omen for Baccarat. Every time, because Eric knew I was getting fucked over and over. Like, by night 3, he's like, just come sit here. We'll be hot tonight. And he'd be like, look, we're on a good streak right now. Everything's going well. Just sit down. And I was like, all right, fuck it. I'd sit down. Losing streak of like fucking 7 player in a row. I'd just lose because I'd hop in a $300 hand, so I'd just lose all that money instantly.
Maybe-
I'd go to the Puffer's table, Puffer, Grizzy, Pezzy,
Puffer
Droid.
was
dude,
disgusting.
Dude,
Puffer-
Puffer was
Oh my
crushing
God.
it, bro.
He made
the
so much
tigers
on the
that he
tiger
hit-
bets.
The side
I know.
bets, dude.
Well, he told his chat, so I think he'd be fine to saying the number. But he made like 30 grand that
I
weekend.
thought it was like
God,
25 to 30 or something.
Yeah,
2 of those
And then
tigers
he-
were probably half of that.
yeah.
Like
he was-
Tigers
dude,
are
he was
10
just get
grand.
like 8
so
grand
lucky.
side bets.
We should
Yeah.
probably just run a little quick explanation for people who might not know what Baccarat is or how it is.
Yeah, I have no
It's
idea
basically
what it
the
is.
closest. It's the closest to 50-50 odds the casino can give you. You either bet on player or you bet on banker, and then they basically they take out some cards. The cards,
cards each.
you add up cards. You get 2 each. You add up the cards, and then it's the closest to 9 wins. But if you
And if
go
you go
over
over,
the
it
value
resets.
of 9, it resets to 0. So if you get a 10,
Drop
that's
one's
0.
place off.
But if you get like a 7 and a 4, it'll go 7, 8, 9, 0, 1. And so like then you get a 1 if you get a 7 and a 4.
Yeah, and
then
face
you
cards
need to-
are
then-
monkey. Face cards are worth
Yeah,
nothing.
Face cards
Yeah.
are worth nothing. And then you either bet player or banker or tie. Tie is 8 to 1. 8 to 1 odds. And then there's also small tiger and big tiger. It's if you win on a 6. Small tiger is if you win on a 6 with 2 cards, and big tiger is if you win on a 6 with 3. And the payout with a big tiger is a 50 to 1. And so Puffer was hitting those. I hit it twice. On the last day I hit big tiger twice and I put $75 on big tiger. So I was like 2 $3,500 hits.
Yeah, that's
And I
fucking
was
dude. That's
cheating.
insane.
And I was down $7 grand by that point. So it was in that one like little thing of Baccarat that night got me into the positive. It was last night as well. So it was dire straits.
Dude, I got fucked the first 3 days. So my usual rule is I guess it depends on what we're doing there. But if we're going full degen mode, like when there's like, 15, 20 of us and we're all just there to have a good time.
And
My
drunk as
rule, I will
fuck.
not spend more
So
than
drunk.
3 grand a day on gambling. I know that's still an absurd number, but that's I'm giving numbers because the comeback was fucking insane. I lost 3 grand 3 days in a row. And I literally, the last
Do the
day, we were
math.
kind of hanging out, and I was just sitting next to Eric, and he's like, oh, you're not gambling today? I was like, dude, I have no fucking money. I'm from Canada. I can't pull out money here. And he's like, okay, here, take $3,000, gamble it at Baki with me. We'll be good. So I was like, okay. So I took his money. So I'm now $12,000 down. Because I took his $3,000.
No, you're $12,000 invested.
12
That's
grand
right.
invested. I
Amen.
still had the $3,000 from
High
Eric.
yield savings.
And I sat down and we played Baki. I did not do one bet over the minimum bet. I probably played for 15 minutes and lost all $3,000. And he's like, dude, it's just not your game. And then he's like, you know what, man? I'm sorry. You might be the one who's bad luck. And he was like drunk as fuck laughing about whatever. And I was like, all right, fuck this. So I just was whatever. I was just hanging out, sitting next to Smitty. And I was just talking to Smitty, and he was like half paying attention to me, half talking to somebody else. He just kind of starts unfolding hundreds and just goes like this and puts $300 over his shoulder. And I was like, what's this? He's like, oh, were you not asking me for money? I was like, no, I was just telling you how I lost $3,000 from Eric. He's like, okay, well, you know what? Just hang on to this for me. So I took it to Blackjack with Dew.
There you go.
Generational run. Holy shit, brother.
Me, Dew, and Ethan sat at this table. There was a little Asian guy named Kenny. He was the dealer. And we were doing the dumbest shit. We were splitting on tens every single time. We were doing absolutely like the dumbest
That's
possible
the most fun
bets.
fucking way to play, honestly. Sometimes.
I
We were
love just like bullshitting with the dealer and just doing dumb fucking shit. It's so much
Ethan
fun.
was hitting on like
the bench-
17s just to fuck with Kenny and just like get Kenny's reaction. Every time we did something stupid, Kenny would be like, oh, like,
Dude.
Yeah, people would walk up to the
Banting-
table. We'd been there for a couple hours. People walk up to the table and be like, don't sit down. These guys split tens. These guys crazy. Don't sit down.
Dude, people that weren't even going to sit down at the table, people were just walking by, and he'd look up and like tap the table, like, these guys crazy, and like pointing at it. He's
Watch
like,
this shit.
split tens. And it's just like, dude, he was getting so mad because Dude
Vegas
kept
dealers are
splitting tens.
great.
Oh, they're so funny.
They
Dude
have
kept splitting
they have
tens.
so much character.
Oh yeah, dude, when you have a good dealer, it can make or break like the entire
100%.
experience of it.
For
But
sure.
100%.
Dude had a $300 hand, and then Dude got a 20, and he just slowly went. It's like the split motion, and Kenny's like, nope, don't do it. Dude's like, I'm gonna do it. So Dude split 20s on a $300 hand. So he puts another 300 down. He hits Blackjack on one, and then you got another
my
face card on the other,
God.
and you fucking split it again.
Oh
And I think
my
you,
God!
I think you won the other hand and then lost the third one or push. I can't remember what it was. But Kenny was so pissed. He's like, that should never ever work. And like by the book, that does not work.
The amount of respect I gained with that man on horse shit.
The Oriflamme.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
dude,
Kenny.
we sat
Kenny
at
was
that
great.
table for probably a good 2-3 hours. And I turned Smitty's $300 he gave me into $3,000. It was like 3,300, 3,200.
Yeah.
Something
I
like
sat
that.
down with 1 HP in a dream. I think I had $200 left, and I left with $7,000 off that
damn.
check table.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
rinsed that table. And so this was probably like 2 a.m. by this point. We're like, fuck it, we're done. Ethan was all done. I was all done, whatever. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go give Eric his money back because I made the $3,000 back and I got 200 and something. I'll give that to Smitty, whatever. I'll owe him $50 later. I'll buy him lunch or some shit. And then I go back to say goodnight to all the fellows on Baki. And I went to hand Eric his money back and he's like, no, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm just giving you your money back. He's like, no, you're going to put that on Baki. And I was like, no, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm cutting my losses. I'm paying my money back to you, and I'm walking away. I'm going to bed. He's like, nope, that's my money. You're playing Baki. So he made somebody get up off the table. So I put the $3,000 in, fully expecting to lose it. Obviously on Banker, because according to Eric,
Banker
Banker never
always
loses.
wins.
What I've heard is that Banker always wins. That is
Banker
what I've
Banker
always
heard.
wins.
It is
has
true.
never lost.
I've never seen it lose.
Among
And
the whole scheme of the card, of Baccarat, the Banker always wins.
Always.
I've
Correct.
heard that.
Player
factual.
sometimes
Well-
comes out on top. Player may win a battle, but Banker
don't win the
wins
war.
the war.
Well, that motherfucker was right, because Banker won, and we were up to $6,000, and I ripped it off the fucking table. I was like, nope, fuck you. I'm giving you three grand back. This $3,000 is a W for me. I cut my losses a little bit. And he's like, no. You're doing one more.
One
So
more,
I was
baby.
like,
Monkey
bro,
mode.
no fucking way. So like, all right, whatever. So I put the $6,000 back on banker. It hit again. Got the full amount back that I just lost over the last 4 days. Gave him his money back and went to bed. Just said, fuck this, dude. This is stupid ass city.
Everyone got their like everyone was down thousands. And then by the end of the day, Baccarat blessed us. I think the only exception was you, Soup. I think
So I was gonna say, Soup, I don't think you were
railed,
up.
you
dude.
got railed really
Well,
hard.
not the one night you were. I think it was the second night. Me and Ethan were walking back from Cosmo, and we were about to go up to our hotel room at like 3:30 in the morning, and I just see this lowly figure wandering towards us, and it's just Soup coming down the hallway. He has a giant ass coffee cup with its huge silver spoon sticking out of it, and noodles pouring out of the side. He's like, I couldn't find a spoon, but I just robbed these motherfuckers on Baccarat. And
Yeah,
just
I did have a good night that night.
Dude, you pulled out a pile of chips from your pocket and just had the serving spoon from the lo mein tray.
Yeah, they have free lo mein and cookies that night at the Baccarat table, in the little buffet
There's
area.
a buffet behind
Dude, that
the
shit
table.
is
And I
so
don't think
good.
you're supposed to take it out. I don't think you're supposed to take the food from the buffet area. But I had done so well, and I was so fucking drunk, and I was so hungry. It's 3 a.m. I was like, fuck this, dude. I'm out of here. I've won some money. And so I got a coffee cup, and I just filled this fucking coffee cup up to the brim with lo mein. It was hanging out. You took a vlog. You have a photo of it, I'm pretty sure.
And
I fucking. It wasn't a spoon, it was a fork. I stole one of their forks and I put a lid on the coffee cup, I think. I don't even remember really. I just know.
No, lid. You were just raw dogging that shit.
I remember people were leaving the
it was just
Baccarat
wide
table
open
red pizza.
noodles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
dude,
had.
that pizza place was wicked, dude.
Oh,
I just laid in bed and ate my lo mein and passed out at fucking
dude, I was
4 a.m. or some
I
shit.
was crying. The giant serving spoon hanging out. You had a lid, but you didn't put it on. You're just holding the lid separately.
So stupid. I was like, what am I gonna do, dude? I just won all this money. I'm not ordering room service at fucking 3 a.m. or whatever.
All I did was order Flavortown room service. I think I ate Flavortown.
Flavortown?
Yeah, dude. Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri personally
Guy
shot
Fieri
really?
fucking Flavortown, dude. Yeah,
So
I was
the
having his burgers
timestamp?
every morning. It was fucking stupid. It was good, but I remember being really drunk, and I had a burger from breakfast that was still sitting out in my hotel, and I was like, you know what? That'll work. And I fucking
is such a
ate them.
drunk
I
Vegas
woke
thing.
up the next morning and I looked at my I was like, did I eat that shit?
Dude,
I could
so
taste taste it on my breath.
the timestamp of that photo, by the way, 3:53 a.m. and it's just you in the lobby with a big old cup of lo mein.
Are you gonna show it to
Dude,
the camera?
I put it in. I put it in cancer.
Oh, you put it in cancer. Okay.
Yeah.
That you did fill that shit to the brim.
It's holding the fucking lid. Giant ass serving spoon. All you said about it, I was literally like, is that fucking noodles? You said, God, they
Fucking
boon or
the
some shit.
Chinese
You
do
just, like,
coffee super weird.
Arya got no boon.
Yeah, I never took that back either. It just stayed on the fucking nightstand by my bed, just the food and oil had crusted over on the fucking spoon. I just left it there.
I ordered room service the one night and I fucking passed out before it even got there. So I woke up in the morning, I opened my door and I was like, what the fuck is this? This is this random
rotted
bag.
food.
I opened it, I was like, oh my God, dude, I ordered this last night. I didn't even remember. Just once, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I ordered a whole ass burger and fries.
Dude, that was the morning. I think it was at the Cosmo, or maybe no, it was. I think it was the Aria, where I accidentally
We were on
ordered
the Aria.
fucking $200 worth of breakfast.
What the hell?
How do you accidentally do that?
I don't know, but I did, and I got so many fucking eggs, dude. I got 3 plates of fucking scrambled eggs. It was an absurd amount of eggs, dude. And whenever she showed up and brought the fucking tray in. I was like, God damn, dude, what did I do?
He's probably like looking around to see if there's other people in the room. It's like,
It's one hungry
I ordered
bastard.
so many fucking eggs.
Saw the crusted noodles in the background. Like, what the fuck this guy up to, bro?
Oh man, it was so dumb. I just had fucking eggs sitting in my room for like 2
Dude,
days.
your room probably smelled like
You didn't have room service? You didn't have people clean your shit up?
I never do. I don't like
I
having
always
people
put the
in.
fucking. I always do the
Yeah.
do not disturb thing. So
No
they don't
shit.
come in. Yeah.
I'm just
I
scared
love
because
it
I
when they
have
come through
cash
my
in my
shit.
room, man.
Yeah, I do too, but you know that they'll chop the hands off of people who steal from the people, so I'm not too worried.
I don't know.
that what
It's
they
always
do in
just
Vegas?
freaked me out.
Dude,
That's what I would think. I feel like they would totally fuck you up if you were like stealing from people's rooms. They have cameras everywhere. They would like be able to know.
Hopefully not in my
It's
room.
true.
Are they legally allowed to have cameras in your room?
Not in your room,
No,
but like
probably
in the
not.
hallway. Like they'll be able to know who went into your room and like
Yeah.
which person went into your room and like who stole what. I would hope. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just naive and trusting like that.
Well, I mean,
I
they
get
have
worried that they'll
a
steal my
billion
helmet.
cameras.
Because that's the thing that's like valuable to me. But it's like, who is actually going to take?
Yeah, they're not going to take this
Who's-
fucking
who's gonna
this
take
big,
the helmet?
lumbering, sweaty ass
They just
helmet.
leave the $50K in cash on the bed. Just take your helmet.
Yeah,
They take all my eggs.
you take all your
2-day
eggs.
old ass eggs.
ass eggs. Damn.
It was kind of crazy, like to win all that money in the Aria and then to walk at like 3 a.m. all the way up the strip to the Horseshoe with like all the money in my pocket alone was always kind of weird.
Yeah, I forgot you
Like-
stayed on Fremont.
Dude, yeah, I was all the way. It was like a 10-minute walk, but I didn't mind it. But it was just like I had to like put myself in a mindset of like, all right, I have $8,000. Like, if someone tries to hold me up, keep walking and be prepared to fight.
And I'm very drunk and defenseless.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like,
And they probably
in
have a gun
reality,
and I have
no
nothing.
one's gonna steal your shit on the strip, dude. Like, there's police everywhere. Like, it's inundated with cops. Like, you're like the safest on the strip.
Hopefully.
Doing swags. How was your little date night after Ethan and I left? I know we were there. It was like 3 a.m. Ethan and I were fucking exhausted. You guys wanted to go to the Cosmo, so we just went to the Cosmo anyway for no reason.
Did we?
You started.
Did we?
You started
we were at
playing
roulette.
slots. Yeah, no,
Oh,
you
we
guys
did a
played
slot
slots.
pull.
Dude, you were literally
Yeah.
walking around. You would play
Dude.
one single
I
spin
had-
on the slot, and you guys were just
Until
going
it juiced.
Yeah.
following my penis, following my
had,
penis.
let our
I
nuts guide
I
us.
had a method for the slots. When we went to slots, I would do this, and I discovered a method that worked. Right. So if you
Copium.
No, it
No,
worked.
no,
Dude,
this is not
every
patched, it's
single
still
fucking
working.
slot machine I went to, that me and Martyr went to, me and Smitty, even when you were coming, Soup, it worked out.
Well, I feel like I fucked you a little bit on
Well-
the Buffaloes.
It's all right. It's we
the
can get to that later.
Buffaloes.
What I would do is I would walk into the center of where all the slot machines were. I would typically also have a buddy. I don't like doing slot machines alone. I always do a syndicate.
No, it's just kind of
So
sad by yourself.
You find
Yeah.
someone, you go, hey, I got 500, you got 500, we're going to 50-50 equity this and take it to a bunch of slots and run it up, and then we'll divide it in half, et cetera, et cetera. You can do it with multiple people, whatever. And so, what the hell?
Your
Sorry,
creative
see-
process.
Yeah.
Oh,
We would stand in the middle.
we would stand in the middle. I would get all of the energy from the slots, and then I would close my eyes, and I would spin in a circle and focus all of my energy onto my penis. And wherever
We're
in
saying
that,
this out
wherever
loud
in
in the
that
middle of the
spin,
casino.
wherever
Yep, they
in that
were.
spin, then
We're like,
I
let-
felt the twitch. Open my eyes, go straight, go into another intersection of casino slot machines, close my eyes, do the same thing again, boom. Even it's like ender pearls.
Right,
And all
so
of a
Ethan
sudden-
and I went to bed watching this. By the way, I watched this like 4 times, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to
Two
bed."
grown
You
men
ran it
doing
up.
360s in the middle of a casino going,
I would
"Let
love
your
for a
cock
worker
guide
to
you."
have walked up and be like, "Sir, are you okay? What are you doing?" And you're just like, "I'm letting my penis guide me right now." your eyes are still shut.
But here's another thing.
You wouldn't
When
even have
it
to
got
ask
to
them
the
because they're
point-
literally saying it every 4 seconds. Like every
We're
time
making
there'd
it
be a
known
turn,
what
it's
we're
like,
doing.
The
Everyone
penis is
knows.
guiding, and
My-
then me and Ethan are just talking about hockey, walking around. It's like, dude.
And then there was
fucking-
another, and then
360
there was
with a
the
penis.
then there was the other method when your penis would lead you to a group of slot machines, you need to figure out which is the slot machine that's actually going to give you money. And if it's between two, you take your hands like this, preferably with your money or your ticket coming out of the top, and then you blow into your hand, and then you feel whether or not the air goes more to the left or more to the right, and whichever way it goes, that's the one.
This is like some
works.
fucking
Tribal
crackhead
technique.
shit, dude.
Dude, your hands like the motherfucker.
Bitch!
Did you also do the screen scratching like a cat?
I did.
He was
I would touch
Yeah.
the
Oh
screen
my
and you
God.
tap it.
He was doing
But
the
by the way,
Swagger, dude, Swagger, real quick. Swagger
I was
actually
spamming
gave me a
hand
moment.
sanitizer.
Yeah, dude, you gave me a moment of humanity when I was going monkey mode with you, because me and Swagger was like, let's go to slots or whatever, and I was
Yeah.
like, all right, I have a method, and I wanted to introduce Swagger to my method of maxing out the denomination and then literally just spamming the button as fast as you
I hate
can
when you do that,
until
bro. It gives
until
me
you
such
get into the
bad
bonus.
Anxiety.
Dude, it's the most fun way for me to play slots because I don't want to sit there and fucking
then
bullshit like,
You were
oh, what's
sitting
gonna
there,
happen?
dude. You literally, you got to a point where you started saying, "If this doesn't hit, I'm gonna fucking kill myself," and then you hit it, and then you go, "I'm gonna fucking kill myself," and then you hit it, and then you punch the machine up, you're like, "Stop! You're gonna get thrown the fuck out."
Well, you gave me a moment of humanity because I was like spamming the button at one point and then just like literally rubbing the screen and like just saying the most vile shit, rubbing like full hand rubbing the
full,
screen.
all up and
And I
down the
wasn't
giant
like I
screen.
wasn't even thinking about where I was in the world while doing that. I was just lost in the moment. And Swagger like turns to me with a bottle of hand sanitizer and is like, "You want this for your hands?" And I was like, "You know what, dude? Yeah, I do." Like, I'm not
I'm a
even thinking
gremlin,
about
dude.
how disgusting
lock
I'm
back in.
fucking
You got a
being
bunch
right
of old
now.
people coughing and sneezing and like doing whatever. to
Yeah,
the
and I'm just
screen,
like,
and you're
I'm gonna
rubbing it
fucking
all
kill
over.
myself if it doesn't hit.
But yeah, you have to rub the screen and tap the screen, otherwise
You
it's
do.
not gonna fucking work.
The old people know
That's why
what
you
they're
get hand
doing.
sanitizer. That's why you get
Dude,
hand
I
sanitizer.
hate they just remind me of like feral cats seeing an animal outside. I hate it.
we
When they're just
literally
fucking,
had.
like, and they're just
we
going
literally-
fucking crazy on the screen.
Didn't we have a pamphlet that was like how slot machines work, and you started reading it, and as you were reading it, you were getting more and more pissed off because how it was like talking about how slot machines. It's like, you're not entitled to win. You're not entitled to any money, and you're getting pissed off. You like ripped it into shreds and threw it up in the air.
I mean, that sounds like something I would do. I was also so fucking drunk. Like
We
a
were
lot of
all
it I just
fucking
don't.
destroyed. I think Smitty won like 1,600 or like 3,200
on video
on
poker,
slots.
yeah. I thought, or was it video poker or slots?
Well, both. He won
Yeah.
a feature of like $3,000, and then he won 1,200 on like video poker. I won video poker with Fitz. We were up like 700. Buffalo ended up hitting. Dude, slots
Wait,
were
was
timed.
that when the fucking workers came up to us and said that we needed to calm down? Yeah. I've fucking never had that happen in Vegas.
It was literally
I love that you had to
insane.
add
It
in
was-
Vegas
it was-
because in Windsor
it was-
that happened.
Dude, it was like 3 or 4 in the
Well, it
morning.
wasn't
and
me,
we're-
to be fair,
It was
Vegas.
3 or 4 in the morning, and we were screaming our head off. And you were literally screaming, "I'm gonna fucking kill myself!"
No,
This
that
isn't-
wasn't when the workers
Either
came
do it
up,
or calm
though.
down.
That
buddy.
wasn't when the
I think that was
workers-
when you and Fitz had won. The workers came up
Oh
because we
yeah,
were in a
we were
big
going
group.
nuts. We were
Yeah,
it was like
they were
8
like, "You guys
people.
need to fucking like keep it down," and we were like, "Really? We just
Yeah. Are
fucking won
Are you gonna
money,
wake
dude."
somebody
Like,
up?
Well,
What are we
it's
supposed
like
to like poetry?
it's like in
snap?
Baccarat.
Like, what are we
You
supposed
remember
to
in
do?
Baccarat, it was the second or the third day, and the fucking pit boss and the dealer were like hating us.
Oh yeah, the one pit boss
They're
fucking
hating
hated
us.
all y'all.
And she like didn't like that we were cursing. She was like, "If you guys say the F word one more time, we're gonna kick you out." And I'm like, "Lady, I'm gambling thousands of fucking dollars. If I lose, I'm gonna say fuck."
right. Also drinking alcohol.
Yeah,
and
if I win,
lost,
I'm gonna
like-
go fuck yes. And what is that? And that's an etiquette problem for you? Stick it up your fucking ass.
And
Yeah,
They're
also,
worried
like,
about
Vegas.
the other patrons.
Also, it was a
The other
full
patrons
table.
What
are
other
angry, right?
patrons?
the
We're
only
the only
two
people there.
I was gonna say
Well,
the only two
exactly.
tables that were
Exactly.
full were our tables. Like there was no like random people there. And when random people did show up to the Baki table, they were about it. They were like the same vibe as us, where they were just there to have fun, didn't really give a fuck.
It was good energy.
Except for the lady in the Chinese lady in the fucking like minx coat putting like 50 grand a hand, not even paying attention. She was literally just like putting 50 grand and like talking to somebody else that she'd see it's gone. She's put another 50 grand. I was like looking around. I was just sitting there.
Yeah, she
was
was.
like,
I was like, what the fuck does she do
God.
for work? Because
I
she
want her number.
was. Yeah,
Dude.
she was gambling a lot of money and did not give a single
did not
fuck.
give a single fuck. I probably watched her
She
go
was
through like
losing
quarter mil.
a lot of fucking
Like like she probably went through quarter mil easy in the half an hour I was there.
and didn't give a shit at all.
No. And she was just throwing on whatever. She wasn't even like looking. She'd like look over and see how I was player and then be like, bank her this time. And like,
Yeah, and then turn around
just,
talking to her friends and shit. I was like,
yeah, dude, that
all right.
stressed me out. I hate that. Or the one guy was fucking smoking. He was smoking a cigarette, and I don't know if you're allowed to smoke at the tables or not, but he wasn't really smoking at the table, but he'd literally stand next to the table as close as he can to us and just fucking smoke, and then just like kind of blow it down at the table looking over it. I was like, dude, I'm gonna swing on this fucking guy.
That's annoying as fuck.
Oh, so
that's just
gross. It was like those
inconsiderate.
super thick smoked Chinese cigarettes, and they were just, it was vile. The smell is terrible.
I fucking
See,
hate
that,
cigarette smell.
I got, that's
Dude,
so much more inconsiderate than me saying
casinos in
fucky
Vegas-
wucky word. You
The
know?
casinos in Vegas are it's like 40% cigarette and like 60% like perfume.
Yeah.
Like the smell in every casino, they smoke so much. It was cool to like vape and like hit my weed pen all the time in the casino. That was epic.
Dude, I
I
feel
was
like I
getting
have to
faded,
shower.
dude. I was getting like. Did I say that on the
Buddy,
show?
you don't have to smoke to have that
should.
happen.
It was good, dude. It was. I'm just trying to remember. I'm trying to piece together what else happened in Vegas.
I feel like
the wrestling was cool.
yeah, the wrestling was
dope.
I think I don't know if we talked about the wrestling at all, but the part I found the funniest about like all of wrestling is that they fake punches, like whether they be torso punches, face punches, whatever. Obviously,
Yeah. What?
That's okay, whatever. But then
I don't
the
believe
fucking dude, the chairs. The chairs sound fucking real.
Yeah,
they
no,
seem
they're-
heavy
yes.
and dude,
They are.
I forget who
They're
it
hitting
was
each
that was
other with
literally like
chairs. Yeah.
that was like bent
No,
over
that's
on the
just
rope,
chairs.
and some motherfucker just over that, and we were the farthest suite you can be from the stage, and I could hear it clear
hear
as day.
that shit.
I could
Yeah.
hear that chair smack just meat. That was fucking insane. Of all the things to not fake, like surely they could have found a way to make that not a real chair. It was so
My
loud. And the
favorite part
stairs.
about that was like how he put him in the corner and then crafted a human chair hybrid with that same chair. Did you see it? Or like wrapped around his neck and shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and then like hit him in the nuts or some
Yeah.
shit. Didn't he hit him
Yeah.
in the nuts while
Yeah,
he was
he kicked
doing
him.
that?
But yeah, the stage got to be mic'd up.
Yeah. Oh, the stage is
Yeah,
absolutely
and the
mic'd up, for
canvas
sure.
and shit too.
Yeah.
I just I think what's funny about it is the lack of noise happening, because I've only ever watched wrestling on
Yeah,
TV,
no
which I guess
commentary
makes,
was
Where's the
weird.
commentary?
yeah, like I guess
Yeah.
it makes sense. Like there's no professional sports really where there's like commentary while you're at the
Live,
arena, but
yeah.
like usually I feel like there's enough people cheering and shit going on, but it was just dead quiet, and then you hear like a distant,
Bro,
like just like a slap or something from the
when
thing.
Logan-
It's like yeah.
when Logan Paul came out, the arena was like dead silent. Like no
Yeah.
one was cheering for
They
him.
hated
I remember he
Yeah.
came out and I was screaming, "I lost 25 Bitcoin on crypto zoo!" And then we
Yeah,
started.
we started a chant,
a-
was like,
we started a chant,
"Where's our
"Where's
money?"
Where's my money?
Damn.
That was pretty good. That was funny. That was a good match.
And also
And
the
then Smitty
fucking
said that he'd
Travis
kill
Scott
himself.
Yeah,
song.
Travis Scott. Dude,
Travis Scott
Dude,
died.
Fiend,
Travis Scott
Fiend,
coming out.
Fiend.
Yeah, we were all wondering why they only had like licensed one song.
They played that
at
song
WrestleMania.
a
One song.
million
They played it like
times.
20
It
times.
it became a trigger.
I was
yeah, and then
yeah,
and
it
then when
was
he came
awful.
out, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a
Understood.
very, very Fortnite moment.
Something about
Yep.
Travis Scott getting thrown around is real funny though.
Yeah,
Dude,
that
it was
funny.
awesome.
It was a good time.
I also just love that, like, again, on TV, you can't see, like, the one person sitting on the stage pretending to be passed out, and they're just kind of, like, talking to people on the side, pretending that they're, like, knocked out. Like, I just love watching all the things you're not really supposed to watch and kind of
Right.
ignoring the action. You just see, like, You just see the guy pop out from under the stage and give them like a chair and then go back under like this little fucking gremlin that just hands you furniture. Like it's just so funny.
He's the underring goblin.
Yeah, little underring goblins hanging out down there. Dude, if I was one of the underring goblins and I just see that big old muscle mommy get slammed against it, I'm nose pressed against the tarp.
And I'm like mouth pressed, trying to like suck air through the canvas.
God.
That's a crazy image. Sorry.
Oh,
Rhea Ripley, guys. Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley. What else was there? Is there anything else fun?
Well, I remember me and Do at roulette. We were playing roulette a bit, and then I remember going to
You're
the
a roulette demon, dude.
I love it. I remember going to the Chinese dealer because I do like $100 roulette spins because I'm always going for a multi. And if it hits, it's great. And if it doesn't, then I lose $100. And I remember putting $100 down and saying, I just turned to Do, and I just go, man, if this doesn't hit, my kids aren't going to be able to eat tomorrow. Like, and completely serious. And then the dealer like looks at me and goes, "Are you serious, sir?" And I was like, "Oh,
like,
no." I straight up said no, dude.
Do I sound like I'm joking right now?
In Melbourne, in Crown Casino in Melbourne, you cannot make jokes like that. You can't say I'm gonna kill myself at all. If you say if this doesn't hit, I'm gonna kill myself, you just get straight up banned from the casino.
That's so
You just get banned.
I love that. Rather than acknowledging that this man might need to be on suicide watch,
Just
you
don't
put
do
him
it here.
outside.
Get out of
And
here.
just go
Yeah,
outside.
get out of here.
Don't make us
go
clean up.
Or if you say like, man, if this doesn't hit, like you can't feed my kids, they'll like probably ban you from the casino and it's like throw
That
you
is so
out.
funny.
Like the etiquette in like the Melbourne casino is crazy compared to Vegas. Because
That's
you're literally
so
sitting there
shit.
screaming, "I'm gonna fucking kill myself," or like,
like, well, do you wanna
this
stand or
sucks.
hit?
And they go, well, I hope you win, and then
Good luck, buddy.
good luck, buddy.
Dude,
I take your money. It's like, well, it was nice knowing you.
Yeah, it was nice knowing you. I'll keep my eye out in the obituary for that cute mug of yours.
Did I tell you guys about Poop Guy's first time gambling?
No.
A week or two ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago now.
Really?
Yeah, we took
Baby's
Poop Guy
first
to
gamble?
we took Poop Guy to the casino. Me, Smitty, my friend Nick, one of my editors, and Poop Guy. And we went to the casino, whatever. We played blackjack for like hour and a half, 2 hours. And then Smitty was like, all right, Manny, you ready for Baccarat? Manny's never played. And he was like pretty obviously intimidated because we only played. The only reason we play only high limit Baccarat is because that's the only one where they let you actually drive and touch the cards.
and
If
fuck
you play
around with it.
regular Baccy, they just flip the cards over. It takes away a lot of the fun, whatever.
Yeah, it's the magic.
Yeah, exactly. So whatever. We went to the high limit room, and Manny, who's never played, decided, we'll let Manny drive, and he lost his first hand because banker never loses, but sometimes player accidentally wins. It's just a little bug, whatever.
So cool.
And then he goes on a generational run of banker. We ended up with 12 banker in a row.
Whoa!
Which was fucking insane.
Hell yeah, Manny.
So his first time playing, but dude, it was fun until I think it was hand number 9. I feel so bad for this guy. He ruined the whole vibe. But this old dude, he's probably like 70. This old Chinese man came up and he put 2,500 on player. I think this would have been after 9 banker in a row. So he's not, if I'm him, I'm going against that because there's no way it's going to keep going.
Yeah.
So he put 2,500 on player and banker again. He lost it and he disappeared for one hand, came back, and he had $5,000 in an envelope this time.
Uh-oh.
And he put it in, and the dealer gave him his chips, and the pit boss was like, hold on, like pushing the chips back in like 1 second. And I was sitting next to where this guy was, and I couldn't really make out a ton of what she was saying, but all I could hear her say was like, we know you're kind of getting close towards the end of your savings. Are you sure you want to gamble this?
Whoa.
He said, yeah, I win, no problem. And he put the $5,000 in on player, and he looked at his cards. I felt really bad after because I didn't really, I don't know, I was kind of drunk, not really paying attention, but he had blackjack and we had like 8. And I was just like, and I saw him flip the cards over and he's like, no. And I was like, I would have been a great hand at that table. And I just kind of played the blackjack, and he didn't
Oh
say
my
a word.
God,
He
dude.
just stood up and
Salt
walked
in the
away.
wound,
and dude,
bro.
none of us were like, the next hand we won again, and like, dude, we weren't even like celebrating anymore. We were just kind of like,
That's
Yeah, that's a
okay.
vibe fuel. That's like, wow.
yeah. But then, I mean, Manny was feeling good after. He just made like $1,300 on blackjack. So we're on Baccarat. So he was like, yeah, I'm paying off the rest of my student loan with this. And
yeah.
and instead he brought it
I
back to the
love
casino
that.
the week later, and we lost it all. But yeah, it was a good
Hell
time.
yeah.
That's
He's
what you
addicted.
fucking
Yeah,
do, baby.
big
That's what
time.
you fucking do.
It was a good
reminds
time
me-
anyway.
I got the beautiful experience of letting. We had Jack Manifold and Tommy Innit in Melbourne here last week, and we got to hang out with them, and I took them to the casino for the first time. I got to take Tommy Innit to the casino for the first time,
That is crazy.
which was cool. We went to roulette because that was really the only thing that was open, and everyone pretty much lost money but me. I was up 500, and I was like, man, isn't roulette fun? And they were like, we don't really get it. And I was like, guys, don't worry. Let's get some drinks. And then we got some drinks and Chinese food. It was awesome.
Oh, that sounds fire. Yeah, that's the worst vibe when like some people are doing really well and the other ones are doing bad,
People are
especially in a
doing
game
bad.
like Blackjack, where it's
Yeah,
like
good
one
stuff.
person could be killing it and the other person just getting fucked.
getting
That's why
fucked.
Baki's kind of nice, because like either everybody's getting fucked or nobody's getting
Yeah,
fucked.
you're
Like
all,
it's
all
that's
in
also
the ride
like
together.
It's all
Yeah.
about gambling
craps
etiquette.
too.
All about gambling etiquette. Whenever I'm with my buddies, I had a big argument with one of my friends from high school, who like I went gambling with. He was never really into gambling, and so like it's your first time doing it together. We're at the roulette. I put, of course, $200 on black, or it was like $100 on black or something, and he puts his money on red. And so I grab my chips off of black. I go, whoa, do you think it's going to be red? I'll go red. And then I put it on red. And he goes, no. And then he moves his to black. I'm like, what are you doing? And he goes, oh, well, that way at least one of us will still win against the casino. I'm like, no.
No.
That's
You
not
ride
how
or
this
die
works.
with the boys.
Either
right.
we're up together or we're down together. He's like, well, that's fucking. Why would we do that? And I was like, dude, I've gambled enough to know how this shit works. It's like if you win and I lose, like, or if I win and you lose, like there's a non-zero chance that you're gonna like resent me for the night and like be
Yeah, the
mad
vibe
about
is
losing,
cooked.
and the vibe gets cooked. But if we're both down together, like we're both down together. If we're both up together, we're both up together. Like, why would we have this polar thing? And and then he just couldn't understand it. And I was like, dude, look, like, etiquette is important. Like, it'll make it more enjoyable to gamble with you. And and then I was like, don't you want people to like you? And he goes, I don't care if people like me. And I was like, okay, man. Well, I'm gonna go black
enough.
and you can go red. And then it went black. And guess what? He was upset at me. so you gotta
Lesson learned. Always
out of
gamble with your
solidarity.
friends.
If you're with your
That
buddies,
is true.
If you're with your buddies, gamble together and try your best to match each other's bets. You can deviate a little bit for fun, but more or less, you gotta just be
Consistent with
you
the
gotta
fellas.
you gotta
go in with your boys.
You gotta be a team player.
That's
Yeah,
right.
It's more fun.
It's way more fun,
definitely
and then
more
it's like
fun.
if you lose, you could both be like, oh, let's get a drink about it. Or if you
Yeah.
both win, you can be like, hey, let's get a drink about it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, it's
But
a
either
better
way,
vibe.
you're
sir.
drinking with your buddies, and there's no like, oh, I'm up, you're down type shit.
Right.
Yeah, there was I
Man.
mean, it's unless you're with a certain group, because like I basically got emoted on when I lost all my money on Baki, and like they were up like fucking 15 grand, and I was like,
that-
yeah, I just
yeah.
lost another 3, and they're just like,
Yep.
fucking, all right, bro, punch you in the nose, you stupid shit.
Yep.
Yeah, it depends on the people you're with, too. But yeah,
Well, absolutely, but if you're gambling with just one other person, like
No,
more or
you
less,
gotta match.
should
If it's
be-
just two of you,
should
you're
be-
matching each other's
You
bets.
gotta be aligned, dude. You have to be aligned, and then it just makes it even more fun. Like, do you think it's gonna be red? Or do you think it's gonna be black? Like, how much are you sure? Okay, man, I trust you. And then you go,
yeah, more fun.
and then it's
for
your
sure.
turn. A little bit more, Gambling is good if you have the money and aren't stupid about it.
You had me at gambling is good. That was a complete
man.
sentence.
Can we talk about the fucking massages that we got
Yes,
at the
oh,
Blackjack
that's what I
table?
was gonna
no,
say.
dude.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh
One
my
last,
God.
one
I
last
can-
story, and then Soup
can
and I got an early ass flight, so we'll probably wrap it up after this. But yeah,
I
the
can still
massages.
feel this massage in my back now.
Dude,
All these months later. How many months?
Who was it? Who was at the table the first time? It was me and Dude. Blarg, were you there when we did the first massage?
Yes.
Ethan was like,
Yeah, it was
dude, you
Ethan
guys
as
got to
well.
get in on this shit.
It was
Oh,
Ethan
yeah,
that was
that's
trying
right.
to tell us to.
Yeah. Dude, oh my fucking
Wasn't it for
God.
like a ridiculous amount of time? They were like
Yeah.
working
Dude,
on
yeah,
you guys?
Eric,
Yes.
So we were
Eric
doing
was
one
just
with
like,
guys
this one's
like
on
Eric from
Gamer
Gamer
Subs, boys.
Eric from Gamer Subs was like, there was like 2 massage girls that were in this whole area, and he's like, get another one from the back, bring them all out here.
Yeah.
All my
And
boys
then
are getting
Another Chinese
massages.
woman.
and paid
Go
for like
spawn
a
her if you have
fucking
to.
hour-long massage or something for all of us. It was
It was like
ridiculous.
an hour and a half.
It was almost 2 hours. And he's like, you girls,
That's
you
insane.
girls don't stop massaging them till we get up, till we're done playing blackjack. And so
Until
she's
we
like,
go to
doing
dinner
like,
at 8.
And
she's
it
doing like
fucking
WWE moves
hurt,
with my
bro.
elbows in my back.
Dude,
for like
Dude, my back was fucking literally bruised from this massage. Like, no joke.
I felt
My
like she
back was
dislocated
black
my
and
shoulder
and
blade.
blue. It fucking hurt. Like,
it wasn't
there were
even
some
that
moments.
pissed
There were
off to
some
be there
moments
for
where it was
an hour and a half.
nice, and then she would
Yeah.
just be like, "Okay, elbow time,
And then
motherfucker," and then
so
it's just like,
she like jumped off the adjacent table with her knee and shit.
yeah. And then,
There was some moments, dude.
Well, dude, when I was sitting because I was next to Du,
Yeah.
and this was like an hour in, and Du was literally like right above the table. Like, his head was like 2 inches off the table.
Well, dude, like
the
bent
first
over.
time,
And
the first time she told me to turn around in my seat.
Yeah.
So I was sitting
Yeah,
like
I was
fucking
straddling it. I
Beyonce
was-
in a
yeah, I
music
was
video.
straddling it, yeah.
Like in this, and it's so awkward because I'm like fucking sticking my ass out. And I'm like
Yep.
leaning over the table, and she's just digging, dude. And I'm trying to be nice, like, yeah, this is good, and I'm like, God, fucking damn.
She's like popping my shoulder out of place.
motherfucker.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I think the funniest was when I looked over and Du was literally like barely above the table, and the dealer was like, "Do you want to hit or stay?" And Du's like, "I have no fucking idea."
I can't see my cards. I was about to pass out.
Dude, she literally
had
was
me
like
bent over,
Well, she was
rubbing
holding
my
the back
neck.
of. She was holding the back of your head like forward to stretch out your neck and like rubbing on the top of his spine. And Dude's just like.
I had like a 20, and they're like, "Do you want to hit or stand?" I'm like, "Fucking, I don't know, hit. What do I have?"
Yeah, she like
Oh,
tied
shit.
my hair
So-
up at one point. It was fucking.
Dude, she unbuttoned.
she oiled
I
up
was
with
wearing a
something,
button-up.
too.
Yeah, I was wearing a
They
button-up
oiled you
shirt,
up.
and she unbuttoned it halfway and was like getting under the shirt and shit. I was like, "Damn, this got fire." I ain't even gonna lie. I enjoyed mine the whole time. I didn't have any pain.
Dude,
I was loving
hurting
it.
like a
When
bitch.
she was
I was a
like
little
on my
bitch,
neck,
dude.
it was fine. But like whatever she was doing to my shoulders was not going.
Yeah, my shoulders.
No, I
were
loved it, bro. She was
busted,
playing with
dude.
my hair and shit, fucking rubbing my arms. I was like, this is fire. I'm just gambling, losing money. Like, I don't even care.
Yep.
I was in
getting a
pain.
massage.
I was just in agony the whole
It
time,
hurt,
dude.
dude. You must have got like the soft-handed girl because mine was trying to kill me.
I think
Well,
I
we
got
switched-
Bertha,
I got-
dude.
I
I got
got a-
Chinese Bertha.
Yeah, I got Zangief.
I got a new Chinese lady halfway through, and she was into hockey because I was watching the Oilers game
They subbed out.
while it was happening. Yeah, I remember mine swapped.
Oh, that
out,
girl
and
was
the,
white.
The second one liked hockey. Yeah, I don't know. I got a white girl then. She was great. Nice delicate massage. Felt good.
No, mine
enjoyed
was-
it.
I did
Can't-
not
was
have
murder.
that.
No.
Did you at least
I
enjoy
had
it for like the
O.J.
first?
Simpson.
Did you enjoy it for the first like hour or no?
No, she started on my shoulder blades. Like the second
Oh.
she sat down. No, but like, it was good. It was fun. It's
It was
just
so fun.
2
It was
hours
worth the
is
experience.
a long time.
Dude, I fucking
Yeah.
Eric is so funny with that shit. I love
Hilarious.
hanging out with him.
Yeah,
It's so
Eric's-
funny, dude.
Eric's
He's an
the fucking-
experience.
the
Who was
man.
at the table when like they hadn't brought the waitress around for a while? And
Yeah,
he's like,
he's like,
everybody
"Run,
pull your
dude.
bets back because
Oh
we're
my
on
God,
strike
I
Oh,
now.
yes,
We're all
yes.
sitting
And so,
down
like-
and
It's so like he's like,
it
we're
was
not
like
going to put
300
any money
minimum.
down. So he's like, okay, Eric, rock paper scissors for like $300 now.
Oh, yeah, you guys
And so
are
I'm
doing
playing rock
side
paper
games.
scissors
Oh,
for
yeah.
$300, just running side quests at the table.
Like throwing
was-
chips
so-
across
yeah,
the table.
It was
Yeah, we were
literally
doing like spinning them like Beyblades, like whoever's last standing wins all the money.
They were
Eric's
like,
a demon,
they were-
dude.
Man, shit.
They were sitting there at the Baccarat table, the $300 minimum. They were there for like an hour and they weren't getting served drinks.
Not a
so he's
single
like,
bevy.
So he's like, where the fuck are our drinks? Where the hell are the drink people? And they're like, oh, we don't know. And he's like, well, okay, this entire table's going on a strike. We're not doing another bet until these fucking drinks here. And they
Yeah.
were like, okay. And they just
The
sat
dealer
there
told the
waiting
pit
them
boss.
out. Yeah. And they just sat there for like, what? It was like 20 minutes before like they ended up getting a drink, but they were literally doing like rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah,
and
the
like,
side
and
bets
Eric's
were
like,
doing
well, I'm
like
still gonna
$100
gamble.
bets. And they were still gambling, but just not with the fucking, with each other.
Dude, you know they were hating that. The pit bosses were hating every
well,
second.
get a,
of that.
they
Flicking
get
chips
a,
around
they
on the
get a
table.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
drink. They
I
get a
agree,
fucking
dude.
drink.
I was waiting on a drink
We
as
were having
well.
fun.
To be fair, ain't
$300
no way it should
fucking
take that
minimum
long.
bets, dude. You should be feeding us drinks.
Correct.
Yeah, you should have a fucking
We
IV
should have a
hooked up into
fucking
my neck.
pitcher, dude. Yes.
Vodka getting
For
poured into the IV.
$300
A
minimum,
bucket.
and you're hanging out there for like an hour with nothing. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
that
stole
was-
the
I don't even
domain,
need to-
dude.
took in
I don't
order.
even
Yeah,
need
that's
to
why,
sound
that's
like
why
an out
Soup
of
took a
touch.
low main spoon.
I don't
That's
need to
right.
sound like an out of touch spoiled asshole or anything, but like,
Well,
come
even
on,
if-
dude. You're spending
even-
hundreds of dollars.
Well, like, and once you actually finally placed like the drink order, she still took like 15 minutes to come back. Like, even at a
Yeah.
normal table, that's a long time. We were like, does she have to go through a dungeon to get to the kitchen? Like, where did she go?
Just to fight through the Draugr.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was
Yeah.
so
Yeah, that
funny,
was
dude.
wild.
The energy that guy brings whenever we hang out, no matter where it is so fucking fun. I love it.
Absolutely.
I love hanging out with that demon. Vegas is just a different man, a different
That's
breed.
why you gotta
I
buy
like-
gamer subs.
That's why you have to buy
Gamer
gamer
subs.
subs so we can keep doing that.
He shows
GamerSubs.gg.
us all a good time.
Use
Yep.
code Goons. for
Use
10%
code
off of
Goons.
that
Gamer subs,
beautiful
go get
order.
yourself Crusader Aid.
Are any of you
Or-
guys going to
Yes,
be in
sir.
Texas for the Counter-Strike Major?
I will be there.
Oh, I'll see you there.
You'll see me there.
I'll
Dallas,
see you
I'll
there.
see you tomorrow, buddy.
Yeah, I'll
Bright-
see you
bright
bright
and
and
early,
fucking
pal.
early.
Bright
10
and early.
a.m. in Las Vegas.
Before
Hell
we
yeah.
can
What are
even get in our
gonna-
hotel, buddy.
Yeah.
You want to get breakfast
Yeah,
tomorrow,
we'll
dude?
get some breakfast. I'll see you for breakfast tomorrow morning, pal.
Where-
Thank you
where are
guys
you
so
guys
much
going?
for
Get
Get
listening.
30 eggs.
We got
We're going for Ready or Not.
Ooh.
yeah, ready or
Hell
not
yeah.
event. We'll talk.
like a dope
I'll
sponsor.
talk about it if it's fun. If it's lame, we'll never speak about it again. But
I think it's gonna be awesome. I don't know what
Yeah.
I can talk about yet.
yeah, I don't
but
know what
think
we
it's gonna be
NBA,
sick.
but it'll be pretty funny. But thank y'all so much for listening to the podcast. Appreciate it. Download on Spotify, like the video on YouTube, and subscribe. Check out Slackjaw's music. They're putting out a new album soon. Next time they go on tour, go see them. They are fun as fuck to see. And Soup will 100% of the time stay afterwards and talk to every single
Yes,
person
sir.
from
That's
now on.
exactly right. Yeah,
Even if he's sick,
deadly
he
ill.
will sneeze on you.
I'll blow a snot rocket right down your throat, baby.
Yeah.
Mr. Dallas, thank you so much for coming on, buddy.
Anytime.
We're happy to have you back for this episode. We'll hopefully we'll chat again
We
soon
squashed
here.
the beef.
Yeah, with the beef is
We
squashed,
actually
guys.
did it.
Yeah, the beef is
God.
over.
The beef is squashed, but
finally
the
done.
spaghetti is still there.
Goodbye.
Spaghetti or meat?
Goodbye.